Hello all and welcome to our project Literacy Analysis in India. So now this is a very special project. In this we'll be dealing or we'll be seeing the conditions of the literacy rate in our country. Basically we'll be exploring each and every aspect and the factors contributing in the literacy, and we'll see that how our country is performing on the basis of literacy or on the literacy level with respect to the rest of the world. So now as written, during the course of this project, we will learn about all the EDA techniques used and will explore the dataset of literacy in India to find insights in it. So this is a basic machine learning project. So let's proceed. So what is the motivation behind it, and or how or what is the information provided in the dataset? So it is written, when India got independence from British in 1947, the literacy rate for around 12.2%. Can you imagine that? Exactly around only 12% of the population was educated. And as per the census in 2011, this is a very old data set. I've taken it directly from Kaggle. So it is that's why it is now 2011. So as of 2011, it is 74%. Now, as you see, the rate at which the literacy has increased, it is tremendous. Okay, so now, although it looks like an achievement, still many people are there without access to education. So now it would be interesting to know the current status of Indian education system. So this is was the brief summary or the motivation, like why was this data set updated. This data set is basically provided by these government authorities in India, which has all the like the information about the data set. You'll see and you'll come to know and you'll find out many important or useful information when we'll be going through this data set. So now what the main aim of this project is, the main aim is basically an EDA. Okay, we'll be exploring the data, we'll be doing exploratory data analysis. So there are some questions like what is the population of each state in India, like how what is the population, how, which is the most popular state, which is the least popular state. Also it has the data with respect to district wise, but as you know there are huge number of districts. As I know, around 690 districts in India, so it is not possible to like explore each and every. So we are taking it by state. So we'll have an idea of what is the state wise literacy in India, then how many schools are there. By this you will come to know that what is the schools and what state has the highest schools, and what are the different private schools and what are the different government schools, and which state has the highest literacy rate. Like the state which is will be having the highest school will obviously be having the highest literacy rate, of course. And what is the sex ratio, like in the schools, how many are there, in how many males are there, how many females are there, how many females are educated and not. Also we'll see that what is the percentage of the contribution of rural population and urban population in the literacy. Then okay, this is a basic information about the dataset, that this dataset contains district and state-wise Indian primary and school education data for 2015-16. As you know, I have seen that we have seen the data of 2011, right, around 74%. Now we have the data of 2015-16, though it is a very old data, but you know the government data sets take a lot of time because the surveys are required and all the surveys are done. So if you want to take the data of 2020, you'll have to wait an year or two to get that data. So this is a basic mainstream EDA project, and we'll be finding solutions or we'll be getting to our conclusions at the end of our project. So at last, the final timeline is we'll be importing libraries, then population analysis, school analysis, as I said earlier, the different questions which we'll be answering, then the literacy analysis. So this will be a very interesting information gaining project. So let's proceed to the notebook section. Hello all and welcome to the notebook section of our project. So now in the introduction section we have seen that what we'll be doing in this project. Okay, what will be the aim and what are the different things which we'll be doing. So the title, as you know, literacy analysis in India. So there's a photo of the girl holding the paper which signifies the education in India, like the rural population going. So this was the introduction which I've also told you, or the information which I've also told you in the PPT in the introduction part, like the what was the literacy rate before, and then it jumped to around 74% in 2011. Then the data set is there. If you want to find the data set, you can directly find it in the Kaggle website. Like this is the data set named 2015-16 district wise data set. If you want to see, so education Education in India dataset Kaggle. So education in India, this is the dataset. Okay, this is the dataset which I have taken. See, this is the dataset. Okay, so this is from where I have taken the dataset. So now what you can do, I'll be providing you, no need to go there. I'll be providing you the dataset. So let's focus on the things which we'll be doing. Timeline, I have already told you that importing libraries, population analysis, school analysis, literacy rate, everything with analysis. Okay, we'll be checking or be finding out information. So let's proceed with the libraries. So these are the very basic libraries. You know, NumPy is basically for pros computational, let's see, computational power, and this is for basic analysis. And Matplotlib and Cvon are just for visualization, and this will are the most important visualization, most important libraries in this project, because we'll be dealing with these only. Now if you want to see the data, so this is our data set, around 5 rows and 819 columns. Why 819 columns? But because, as you know, there are around 819 districts. If you'll just see, and if you'll just go down and see df and we'll go to districts dot is NUNUNIQUE. Okay, sorry, we'll just write value counts 1680. Okay, basically there are 680 districts. Okay, I thought there are around 680 districts. We'll just see here. So these are the certain several districts. Oh, sorry, I have written districts. That's why it is not showing. District name will be there. District name and dot none unique 680. See, and if you want to see the name, you'll just write value counts. So these are all the districts present. Okay, so that's why the 680 districts and all the information for that year, like what are many 819 columns there are. Okay, unlimited number, unlimited information is there. If you want to see what is the shape of this data set, if you just write df dot shape and 680, as I said, the 680 districts or 680 information about each district, and complete information of that district is given in these 819 columns. But obviously we don't require that, so we'll be just, I have a list of around 26 columns which are the most important one for a district. I've taken that out from several research and different notebooks, so we'll be performing analysis on those only. So we'll be doing that in the next section under our data analysis part. So let's proceed and see that what is the analysis or what is the literacy in our India. Hello all and welcome to the project of the in this next section we'll be doing the data analysis. Okay, the previously we have seen the data set and we have seen that around there are around 680 districts and around the states, different 26 states which we have. So now we'll be performing analysis on it. I have seen you the shape of 680 and 819 columns. Okay, that's a huge number. So let us see the different columns. Obviously it will not show us, but I have certain columns which are important. I'll show you. Then we'll see the info of the data set, or we just see the describe, like what is the information. Okay, so as you'll see the district counts is 680, total is villages and all of these different things. And the very most important or a good thing is the total population. You'll see that mean is on a very high value. Okay, very high value. It is not showing here because of the thing that it's a very, we'll see in the graph form. When we'll be seeing that in the graph form, you'll understand. Okay, this describe is not giving us much that information, so we'll just go and just see the if there are any null values in a data set or not. So there are no null values obviously. So the very first thing is what I want to see is I'll just be seeing the population. Okay, the very first and the most foremost thing which one sees is the population, which is the most populous state and which is the most unpopular, so which is least populous state. So we'll just see. I'm just doing a bar plot. Okay, so this is the bar plot. So as you can see, these are the different states, and in this, the highest state or population with respect to states in India is surprisingly West Bengal. Surprisingly, West Bengal is the most populous state. Okay, I didn't know that because obviously I thought it would be Uttar Pradesh. So that is Uttar Pradesh. I don't know. It is something on it, like it is with respect to states. I think that is why it is not. It is not the total population. It is with respect to the state. I think that is why it is showing me like this. Because but we have this graph in which it is showing me different population scale and the state name. Okay, and the state name and the population scale, having the West Bengal at the highest, then Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra. I think it is showing on the basis of the area also. Okay, the basis of area, the population is there. And if you'll just see, and I was telling that the area of square or the different columns. Okay, these are the different columns. Now the very first one thing is we can also see the area. If I'll just write here, I'll just copy the same thing and let us see what is the area of these states. I'll just copy this thing and I'll just change the one thing. I'll just see here the area square kilometer. Okay, I'll just use the area square kilometer part and just paste it in the total population part. So, okay, see, the Rajasthan and the Rajasthan, Telangana, and Andhra Pradesh has the highest area, around 12,000 square kilometers. Okay, the Andhra Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh has a very little area. Okay, and then you saw the population, so that is why the population you see it's so much the density of the population is very high. Now moving on, we have Andhra Pradesh or Rajasthan as the highest area, but Andhra Pradesh is the biggest. It was already also biggest because earlier it was Telangana included also. So that's why it was very big. Then it is got separated. So Andhra Pradesh and Telangana we have on the basis of area. If you want to see another one also, if you want to see what is the rural population, I'll just see and I'll just go here and I'll just plot the same thing. Sorry, I'll just use this here only. Okay, our population will just we are seeing that R P O P, it is not showing me PRURPOP. I don't know why it is not showing, because it should be there. It is not showing me. Maybe some word or some word or something. But these are the different columns. Okay, we'll see in the next row. Okay, so now these are the columns which I have stated, different columns, and I'll just use these columns and create a new data frame. I've created a new data frame in which only these columns are there. Okay, only these columns are there, which is 26, in which it contains the sexual ratio, male literacy, female literacy, overall literacy, our urban population, area square kilometers, and everything. Okay, all the different states, and I've removed the district for now because as you see, it is not possible to do the analysis of each and every district. Okay, there are around 680 districts, so we'll be sticking to the states and we'll be seeing okay which state has the highest literacy, and everything will be done on the basis of state. So this was an introduction or the thing for population, like which is the most popular state of around on the basis of area and the different things. So now in the next section, what we'll be doing, we'll be seeing the basically what the basically the what we say, the school analysis. Okay, what are the different number of schools are there in each state, which state has the highest school, which state has the lowest school, and every all of those things. Okay, so let's proceed to the next section. Hello all and welcome to the next section. Now in this section we'll be seeing the school analysis. Okay, the previous sections we have seen the population of the states, the most popular state, in the biggest state in terms of area and all of those things, and we have created a new data frame with these different variables which we think that are the most important, and we have taken these variables. And now what we are doing, we are seeing how many schools are there. So HCHTOT, that means the total school. So I'll just see, this is the same command, same code. I'll just using the bar plot, and I go and use this. And as you can see, the number of schools and the Andhra Pradesh, West Bengal and Telangana are always ruling again. Okay, Andhra Pradesh and West Bengal and Telangana have the highest number of schools. Okay, these have the highest number of schools in this, which we see that, and the lowest school we see as Nagaland, Andhra Pradesh, Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim. But this may also be the cause because these have a very small area. Okay, if you'll just go and see, let me just delete this. If you'll just go and see, on the basis of the population is also very low, and that's why maybe it can be the cause. But as we see, and Uttar Pradesh is a big state, and it as a big state, Rajasthan is a very big state, but the schools are not that here. But in West Bengal we have the highest school, and all obviously it is founded in the east, and the east side and the south each side. The literacy in Kerala, in West Bengal, the in Telangana, the it is the literacy rate is very high. Okay, now we'll see that also. But in these school, let us see that which school are private and which school are the government school. So in this I have a column called HCSTOTG, which total government schools. I'll just draw a bar plot, and in this we are seeing that the in this now we can see what work has been done by the government. Okay, so now what work has been done by the government. So again, the West Bengal is having the highest number of government schools in followed by Uttar Pradesh and Rajasthan. Not bad. On comparing with the total schools, the Uttar Pradesh and Rajasthan and West Bengal and Andhra Pradesh, these four states have the highest of government schools. Okay, which means that government is contributing a lot in the education sector. But as we see in Chandigarh, the schools are also very less. Also, it may be possible Chandigarh is a very small state, so that's why. But in Punjab, we see Punjab is also the same, and Arunachal. But in all of the cases, we see that most of the schools are government. If now let us see the private. So we have the private schools. So private is also the highest number of private schools, surprisingly, are in Rajasthan and Uttar Pradesh, followed by Arunachal Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, and Maharashtra. Okay, so the highest number of private schools are in Rajasthan and Uttar Pradesh, but basically on the basis of the total population, it is okay because most of the schools are of government only. Overall the school they are having the highest school, but private schools are less, which means that government is contributing a very good section in the education sector, and most of the people are going to the government schools. And there are several government schools like the Kendra Vidyalaya and the all the different government schools which are opened by these governments. And Kendra Vidyalaya is situated all over the country, everybody knows that. So this was a school analysis, like what is the different number of schools present in different states. And now in the next thing which we'll be seeing the literacy rate and the male female ratio, the how many number of females are going to the school, how many number of males are going to the school, things like that. So let's proceed to the next section. Hello all and welcome to the next section of this project. So now in this section what we are doing, we are seeing the literacy rate. Okay, we are seeing the literacy rate of the section or of our country based on different school, based on different states. So the very first thing is we seeing the overall literacy. So I'll just write this code, paste this code here because we don't have the code for overall literacy. I'll just go here and I'll just see what is the name for overall literacy. I have selected a column here, overall LI. I'll just copy this. We'll go down and we'll go and we'll just paste it here, and let us see the overall literacy. I'll just write here literacy rate. So literacy rate is, as you can see, the literacy rate is very, very, very good. Literacy rate is very good on the basis of none of the state is having a literacy less than 60. And if we'll do an average, the literacy rate around 80 plus is having most of the countries, which means the literacy rate from 2011 has been increased to around 80%. Okay, because most of these schools, the people are having a literacy rate higher than that. And if you see that the highest literacy rate belongs to the Mizoram Manipur region, surprisingly, but they have a very less population. So let us see the big states in Lakshdeep and Telangana. We have a pretty low literacy rate. In Andhra Pradesh also, and in the big states we have, let's see, Uttar Pradesh also, we have a little less literacy rate. So what we can find out from this, in the P states which are having less people, okay, the states which are having less people like the Tamil Nadu, Kerala is having the highest literacy rate. Everyone knows, okay, because there are many number of schools and people are very highly illiterated. Okay, they are educated. So now, but the states like Tirupura, Mizoram, Kerala, Nagaland, these Sikkim, they are small states, but the literacy rate is very high. But in the states which are very big like the Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, these have a little less state literacy rate, though these they have a very high number of schools. But due to the basis of population, this can be the thing. But now this is the overall. Okay, so now let's see the male and female. Yeah, what is the difference? Okay, so this is the female literacy rate. In this, we see the difference. Now we'll be seeing a very interesting thing. I'm just plotting both the female and the male. This is the male and the female, and now you see the literacy and the difference between it. You can already see the difference. This is the female one. Okay, the charts are already dropping below 16 many of the states, and in the case of male, everything is above 70. Okay, the minimum is 70. So as you can see, the female are not yet very good, and the states which are having the very less or the least female literacy is Rajasthan obviously. And when we'll go and see the literacy rate of male, the Rajasthan and Uttar Pradesh are having around 70%, but Rajasthan and Uttar Pradesh are having very low literacy rate, around 60 to 55% for female. So these shows the backwardness of these states in the term of female literacy. Or in this we can see that in these states the females are not yet encouraged to like study more. Okay, they are not yet encouraged to study more, or they are also taken a step back. Okay, so that is why that can be the reason. So now, but let us see the top five and the least five state. You can see this, but now what we'll be doing, we'll be seeing the top five and the least five directly. So I'm just sorting that values and giving the top five values. I'm just making a new column top bottom, which is the top and the bottom, which has 10 values, 10 states. Now I'll just plot a bar graph. Okay, I'll just plot a bar graph for these states, the top five and bottom five states in female literacy India. So the Mizoram, Madhya Pradesh, Kerala are the top states, and the Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, Rajasthan have very less. In which Madhya Pradesh surprisingly is having a very least literacy rate. If you just go there and see for Madhya Pradesh, so Madhya Pradesh, don't know why it is having a very low literacy rate. Okay, because that is sorry, this is the difference. Okay, I forgot, this is the difference between the state. What I am doing is I am getting the difference. What we'll be doing, that this is the top bottom, this is state bottom. Now what I'll be doing, I'll be getting the difference. Okay, like the male literacy rate, the female literacy rate, what is the difference between them. So I'll just plot the same here also. So as you can see, the difference is very high in states like Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, and Uttar Pradesh. As we have seen earlier in this graph also, now we have a proper implementation. Like the girls are not yet very much encouraged to study in these states, unlike in Kerala, Puducherry, Mizoram, small states. These are well-developed states. These there, the difference is very not very less actually. So that's why you can see the difference. So we can say that all of these states are having a very less difference in comparison to all these states. So this is a conclusion. Now we have seen what is the literacy rate, what is the male female ratio, and all the other things. Okay, so now the very few things is left in this. The next session will be seeing what is the rural population. Okay, the rural population and the sex ratio, final sex ratio on the basis of different states. That will be our last analysis. Then we'll try to find out different conclusions on the basis of that. So let's proceed to the next and final section. Hello all and welcome to the last section of our project. So now in the previous sections we have seen the different literacy rate and the population and all the different things which we'll be talking about in the last. First, let us see the rural population. So now in this we don't have the rural population column. Okay, so we'll just what we'll do, we have a urban population, it is on the scale of 100. So we'll just minus it with the total urban population, the 100 minus urban population, which should give us the rural population. So and now we'll just compare in the top, basically the top bottom, the top six states, what is the rural population and what is the urban population. So when you'll just find out that maximum number of population is rural, and obviously this can be seen that the first three states are Mizoram, Puducherry and Kerala, and the rest four are Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka, Odisha and Chhattisgarh. So these have a very high number of rural population, and in the urban population state we have, and which is surprisingly good that in Kerala we have all urban population. Okay, there are no rural population. So this is a very good thing. So very good thing. Now what we'll be doing, we'll be just plotting on the basis of sex ratio, which is having the highest sex ratio. So Puducherry and Kerala, but in this all of them are equal only. Obviously in the Uttar Pradesh a little less. So on the basis of all these, if each and every analysis which we have done, what we can say that the countries, or the sorry the countries, I'm saying countries, the states which are having or in the north side and the middle side, they are the least educated, or the are very backward, because in you see the facts in the basis of the female ratio or the female education, the states like Odisha, Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh are far behind from the states which are in the bottom. Okay, which are in the bottom east, southeast, like the Kerala and the Puducherry or Mizoram east side states. As you can see here also, the least state or the least educate sex ratio state, Uttar Pradesh. Now if you want to see or have a implementation or a categorization of best to worst state, so if you want to see the best state, we have the best state as Puducherry, Kerala and Mizoram. Let's see for these only. We also these have the highest number of rural and urban population area. We have the highest least difference in female and male study rate. And then we'll see that Kerala is having also the highest literacy rate. Okay, all the with respect to female and male both. And now we have the number of private schools we have in Kerala are good, and the number of government schools are less. So what we can say, in Kerala the private schools are also very good. Okay, the private schools are very good with respect to government school. And if you want to see the statewide schools, as we have seen that Kerala is having school. Now with respect to the area, Kerala area is very small. Okay, very small. Kerala area is very small, and with respect to that the schools are very good. So we can see that the highest or the very best state in this is Kerala. And if you want to see the least state or the very underdeveloped state, so that may not be hard to guess, that would be around Uttar Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, like that. But in this, Uttar Pradesh is coming to the highest or the least the baddest state in the basis of education, because this is having the least boy to girl ratio. Then we'll see that most of the population is living in rural area, and the girl population, and the difference is the highest in literacy rate between girls and men also. Now and what we have to see that in the male literacy rate is very high, the female literacy rate is very low, around 60%. Then we have the private schools. In this we have private schools and we have government schools also, but we have more of private schools. Okay, in Uttar Pradesh also private schools are more with respect to the government schools. So but the literacy rate is still very less. And when we have to see the population is the highest, I think, the Uttar Pradesh. But I don't know why it is not showing that. Maybe the data is with respect to another thing, but the highest is Uttar Pradesh. So as you see that in this we had an analysis of the different states in a country on the basis of education. I'll be providing you this notebook and also the data set which is having all of these things. And in that the year is 2015-16. Now if you're curious enough, you want to know more of the current situation, you can find out the data set for the current 2019-2020 survey, and you can see that if there is some improvement or not, then you can find out. It is pretty interesting to know all of these things regarding your country, which state is performing the best, and all of these things. So I hope you enjoyed this analysis, and do it on your own and try to do and find more insights in it. Thank you.